Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, purpose.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay on the floor of the House the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on the Garissa County Government and Garissa County Assembly Budget Financial Year 2019-2020. Thank you.
Very well. Next order. Order number 6, statements. Order number 7, notes of motion. Order number 8, motions and bills.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, as you have laid the paper. Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of the members of Budget and Appropriation Committee and pursuant to Section 187 of the Garissa County Assembly Standing Orders, it's my pleasure to present to this House the committee's report on the 2019-2020 budget estimates for the county government submitted to the County Assembly as required by law. Mr. Speaker, sir, the budget estimate has been prepared under the new Constitution order. Through the Constitution, the Public Finance Management Act, Standing Orders, and subsidiary legislation, the County Assembly has the responsibility to approve the county annual budget estimates. In this regard, the County Assembly, through the various departmental committees, embarked on a thorough examination of the financial year 2019-2020 budget estimates of this county, with the aim of promoting principles of public finance as indicated under Chapter 12 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Budget Members and Appropriation Committee comprises of the following honorable members. We all have the papers under the chair, Fatuma Khalif, Muhammad Abdifara, Honorable Gini Dakane, Mahmoud A. Yaro, Hussein Hared Borle, Honorable Qatra Iman, Honorable Hassan Halane Haye, Honorable Fatuma Bule Horror, Honorable Fatuma M. Shide, Honorable Aldo Omar Said, Honorable Abdullahi M. Budul, Honorable Abubakar M. Shide, Honorable Alan Abaile Sagar, Honorable Mohammed Abbas. We are 14 honorable members in the Budget Committee. I think everybody has a copy. We are going to the acknowledgement. This committee, Mr. Speaker, is grateful to the officers of the Speaker and the clerk for the support extended to the committee in the execution of its mandate. We are also grateful to CEC members and the technical team for clarifying some pertinent issues in the budget estimates financial year 2019-2020. I also take this opportunity to thank all honorable members for their patience, wavering, sacrifice, and commitment to the public service, which enabled the committee to complete this important task. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is now my pleasant duty and privilege on behalf of the Budget and Appropriation Committee to present to the County Assembly the report of the Committee on the Budget on financial year 2019-2020 for debate and adoption, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in line with the Constitution, the Budget Committee conducted a public hearing on the Budget Estimate 2019-2020 on 26 June 2019, Nomad Hotel Garissa. The public attended were well in agreement with the estimates programs, but echoed more on paper improper implementation on these programs and equitable distribution of resources in all sub-counties. As committees, we have our recommendation, Mr. Speaker. The committee has considered all amendments and recommendations of the members they have received from the sectoral committee and have noted the following, Mr. Speaker. The committee appreciates the enthusiasm of the sectoral committees as they forwarded sectoral views in priority-based development projects. The recommendations received were sieved through to ensure that they are in compliance with the approved CFSP and other strategic plans. No new projects can be recommended to be added to the budget estimate that is not in the CFSP. The county government is constrained by resources and has planned according to availability of those resources with the advice of the expertise to ensure equitability across the county. The list of amendments and recommendations from the sectoral committee is attached as Appendix 4. Honorable members, you can refer on Appendix 4 in the report given. Mr. Speaker, the committee recommends that this House resolves with the above recommendations and amendments to approve the reports of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the budget estimates for the period of 2019-2020. To approve one-year budget estimates worth 6,660,083,283. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to confirm that the amendments and recommendations in this report was unanimous and do present the report of the County Budget and Appropriation Committee on budget estimates for the year 2019-2020 for consideration and adoption by this Honorable House, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Very well. Who's seconding this? Leader majority?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I second. Thank you.
Honorable members, before you is a motion seeking the approval of the county estimate, the county budget estimates for the financial year 2019-2020. Which reads that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 2076 that this House considers and adopts the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriation Committee for the Garissa County Government and Garissa County Assembly budget estimates for the financial year 2019 and 2020 that's laid on the floor of the House today, to consider the report with or without amendments. Honorable members, that's the motion for the House. Yes, member for Galbet.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, I want to congratulate our able chair, Honorable Fatuma Khalif, our new budget chair, for presenting and giving us this report this afternoon, Mr. Speaker. So, Speaker, I also wish to thank His Excellency, the Governor, because This time round, Mr. Speaker, we have a program-based budget. And unlike other budgets, Mr. Speaker, I'm sure this year's budget, almost all the members, especially the elected members, everybody probably is a happy person. Because at least there's one or two activities or projects that is being undertaken in their wards, Mr. Speaker, especially the key priority areas, and that is health and the water sector, Mr. Speaker. So, Speaker, last year we remember the priority of the budget of the county was water. And being a member of the water committee, Mr. Speaker, and coming from a ward that had a severe water crisis, Mr. Speaker, I can confirm to this House that at least there is a tremendous improvement in the water sector, Mr. Speaker, from about 30 to 25% to about 80% currently, Mr. Speaker. And that I wish to congratulate the department and the county government. And this year, Mr. Speaker, again, the focus has shifted from water to health, which I believe by next year, God willing, Mr. Speaker, we will not be hearing issues that we've been hearing before, especially from the health committee, based on the numerous reports we have been receiving in this House. Mr. Speaker, as I mentioned earlier, especially on the outskirts of Garissa, the main focus and the main issues were water and health. If you look at the budget, Mr. Speaker, especially on the road project, it has taken care of. It has addressed these issues, Mr. Speaker. And therefore today, Mr. Speaker, I know it's a special day for us, and every member wish to congratulate. I do not want to take much of the time, but Mr. Speaker, mine is still just to ask the relevant department to at least make sure that we follow this budget to the latter, and at least make sure that everything that they have mentioned in this budget is addressed. I'm sure there's an issue that has been going on within the social media, and being the media personnel being here, Mr. Speaker, I cannot speak for the government and for the budget, but I just want to tell the contractors out there that, Mr. Speaker, this county government has not ignored their plight. We've been hearing, Mr. Speaker, that they have a petition in this House. If they follow the right procedure, Mr. Speaker, and I remember when His Excellency, the Governor, came in, there's a committee and a task force he appointed, Mr. Speaker. And we want to tell them that any contractor that has done a good work, completed 100%, Mr. Speaker, they should not have anything to worry about. We are only following what we are supposed to do, guided by the Constitution, the County Government Act, and the PFM Act, Mr. Speaker. Today being 27th of June, this House is obliged to pass the budget. And therefore, we also wish to tell the people out there that we are doing our oversight role as we are supposed to do, and therefore their issues is taken care of. They should not have anything to worry about, Mr. Speaker. I thank you. With those remarks, Mr. Speaker, I wish to support this motion. Thank you.
Very well. Before I let in member for Saka and then member for Burra and Honorable Gedi in that order, yes, regarding honorable members, for the purpose of the information of the House, we received a petition from contractors, the Contractors Association of Garissa. But honorable members, as you're all aware, petitions comes in a specific format and it's supposed to have a specific prayer. So what came to us actually was in a form of a letter from a lawyer who was saying that if item A is not done within 7 days, we are moving to court. Honorable members, you know that as an assembly, we only deal particular issues regarding with matters that are not under any other jurisdictions. That is, if a matter is in the court, as an assembly, we cannot handle that particular grievances through a petition. So we advise them accordingly. So now it's up to them either to pursue the courts or to pursue the assembly, and we have advised them that way. Yes, member for Saka, and then member for Burra, and then Honorable Gedi, in that order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm very glad to stand in the House this afternoon. Firstly, Mr. Speaker, I would like to congratulate the new chair lady of the budget who has shown her eloquency and to the latter of how the committee has prepared a well-balanced budget before the House. Mr. Speaker, my second congratulations moves to the Governor of Garissa County, Honorable Ali, who has shown a greater way of changing the lifestyle of Garissa through the budget which before us. Mr. Speaker, we very well know that last year in this county the outcry was water, the menace of water. Even to areas which are very close to rivers had no water. As I'm speaking this afternoon, people are talking of having showers as far as Malagasy. Mr. Speaker, in this budget I can say in a nutshell that this is the face of a new Garissa. When you study the budget page by page and you look at the appendices of all the 30 wards in this county, Mr. Speaker, the greater part of Garissa has been noted. When I come to the media business, Mr. Speaker, I would like to clarify clearly that I'm the chair of legal department of this county. If there is any petition towards this assembly, the first office they should approach is who is chairing the legal, then that we can see what they are trying to come up with. And to those people who are the media, my advice to you is that you cover what is in the legal standard. If you go out of your way as well, we can as well see you. Simply because we are the leaders, and Mr. Speaker, we are the people representing the people of Garissa County. Let's call a spade a spade. Writing issues and forums and what is on the ground are always different, Mr. Speaker. Lastly now, Mr. Speaker, I once again support, approve, adopt the budget before you. As the legal chair, all the laws were met to have this paper presented in this House, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Very well, member for Burra. Member for Saka, as eloquent as always.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand to support the approval of this budget. Actually, we are here to represent people and to ensure that our people get service to their doorstep. And this budget is thereby able to enable the county government to implement and get money for them to implement this project. Mr. Speaker, I once again want to congratulate the governor of Garissa County for enabling us to have ward-based projects that proved there is equity in the entire county government of Garissa. That had been a very unique one. It had never been there before. And today I'm sure all members of the County Assembly of Garissa must be at least smiling, so that they are not complaining that there is a ward that had been left. Mr. Speaker, I just want to also to echo the statement the Honorable Member for Wabere has said. They are bending bills which the previous county government of Garissa have inherited. The county government of Garissa, under the leadership of Ala Korane, inherited both assets and liability from the previous county government. It is the responsibility of the county government of Garissa to ensure that they plan to give out in a very systematic way. I know there is scarcity, and the budget is very squeezed, the need is very high, the wage bill is high, but it is upon the county government to address the contractors of the county government of Garissa. These are the business people of this county that move, that are able to help everybody in terms of credit, in terms of support at the world-based level and in the international level. Mr. Speaker, we have to look into the plight of these contractors so that they are supported. And they have at least, I'm sure the county governor of Garissa has said he has set a committee to look into these pending bills. But it is worthy. This is the third budget we are passing, and that is what forced them to go to bring their petition. I'm sure we are here all representing everybody. Let's try to advise the county government, the executive, so that we plan on how we can execute this plan, so that it is inherited in future also, it's properly executed so that these people are also to get their money. So, Mr. Speaker, I stand to support the budget committee for enabling us to get this clean report, and I support. Thank you.
Very well, Member for Bura, and I wish somebody could advise the contractors that it is much easier and faster and less expensive, to take the route of petition than a court. But somehow, I don't know who's advising them, because if we were to do it through a petition, we'll have formed a select committee immediately, headed by possibly none other than the figures man, the man of the figures here. And within say at most a month or two, we'll have reached a very decisive. But somehow, I fear that maybe they're not even getting the right advice, because we all know in a court system that the case you file today, honorable members, maybe by the time the case is concluded, the life of this government will have even expired, and we will be talking about another government at all. So that's how it is, Honorable Getty.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate the able lady, the chair, Honorable Fatuma Khalid, who has this afternoon tabled this good report in the front of this house. Mr. Speaker, I know the day this lady was elected that this house has injected a new energy into this house, Mr. Speaker. And she will create wonders in the subsequent years, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this document today in front of us is budget and appropriation document. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that the county government has respected the constitutional threshold by putting 30% for development and 70% for recurrent. If you check this document, Mr. Speaker, out of the resource envelope, which is 8.6 billion, 6 billion goes to recurrent, 2.5 goes to development. That is a good job, Mr. Speaker. We need to be within the law governing our operations. Mr. Speaker, the other good thing about this budget is well participatory in the sense that it is word-based. I can see there is a word-based project which members are very happy about it, Mr. Speaker. Not enough to say we have got word projects, but we have got priorities for each word, Mr. Speaker. Because it is not a lump sum project of money which has been put in that. It looks like a program based. In fact it is a program based. If you see a place like Garissa, that word needs size machine, Mr. Speaker. It is already there. If you see other places where they need roads, they are there. Best interest of the people of Garissa County and the members who have been elected from that place. Mr. Speaker, I also see a small place called Lago in Sangure Ward, which people are suffering. and they got a health dispenser, Mr. Speaker. So I want to echo and congratulate the Budget Committee led by Her Excellency, Honorable Fatuma Khalif. Honorable Speaker, this budget also has captured the recommendations of different sectoral committees, and I can see 80% of those recommendations, it is within wards. It is to the best interest of the members. Because a member in their ward has moved one project from one place to another, Mr. Speaker. Same for Liboy, same for Benani, and same for Galbet, if I am not wrong, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is not only the executive budget, but I can see even the assembly budget is program-based this time, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the Honorable Speaker who chairs the County Assembly Service Board for being very responsive, Mr. Speaker. It is the first time that we are getting Hansard, special Hansard, Mr. Speaker, because members have been struggling with this gadget, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I see, courtesy of the County Assembly Service Board, the Assembly members, honorable members, are also getting their first insurance, their second insurance cover, I think not later than 1st of July, Mr. Speaker. I can see 29 billion which is going to be paid to NHS, Mr. Speaker, cover. Mr. Speaker, also I want to congratulate the board for doing a good job, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what I can say is that this is the best budget ever in the inception of the second Garissa County Assembly. It is well. Now that we can say we can say there is ownership of budget in this county, Mr. Speaker. If I go to my ward where I come from, Mr. Speaker, that is disability fraternity, I can see 20 billion development which has been catered under gender has gone for mobility, buying devices for Garissa people who are not able to work and get their daily bread in the morning, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to echo and congratulate His Excellency the Governor for bringing a very responsive budget to this Assembly, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I want to support this report and congratulate the Chair for her to have a long life and also even beyond this budget, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Very well, Honorable Getty. That was a very eloquent and a powerful presentation. You're unfortunate. If I was the governor for Garissa, you'll have been my CEC for finance. But I'm not, and so you'll not be the CEC. You'll remain a member of this house. Honorable members, if I look around the house, yes, Member for Logo. Followed by the Deputy Speaker. In that order.
In the name of Allah, the compassionate and the merciful, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the world, His mercy and blessing be upon to His apostle, messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and those who believe in the day of judgment. Thank you, sir, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the motion on the approval of the budget estimate for 2019-2020, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I want to state that budget is a political statement that starts with the political choices about priorities and ends with a political choice making which priorities should be delivered and which projects should be undertaken. So it is a choice that has been done which included a very fundamental issue that the devolution starts with, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the devolved unit created the level of ward in order people to realize services delivered up to the ward level, Mr. Speaker. And this budget conforms to the realistic approaches of the devolution in bettering the lives of the people of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, if I come back to the issue of the ward base, Mr. Speaker, the committee has sat, and the commitment of the sectoral committees in making choices about priorities that were placed and making certain amendments in the choice and foregoing those projects that are not needful at this hour was done in an appropriate way, and approaches were made in certain words where members complained that this is not their priority, and those amendments were captured in our recommendation, Mr. Speaker, and we seek the approval of this House in order those realistic issues or those approaches to be realized, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the process of making this budget, it had made choices between the competing priorities, Mr. Speaker. It also made the physical discipline and priorities that govern the operational management within the county government, Mr. Speaker, that ensures the service delivery of those key priorities that were mentioned in the budget. Mr. Speaker, it is our fundamental right to mention what was captured in a light way or in a serious way, Mr. Speaker, to conform the realistic approaches this budget is trying to make and improving the world level issues, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what I would like to address is that the members, when we are making certain issues and priorities, it is not that we make those haphazard amendments that will affect the figures that were mentioned, Mr. Speaker. We only did priorities in the world levels, not changing the amount that were allocated at the world level, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this budget conforms the approaches that we want to see done in the world level, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, next time, the next budget, in a light moment, there are some words that are not equal, Mr. Speaker. If I may say, where I come from, local word is not equivalent to Sangailu, neither Ijara is not equivalent to Masalani. That is on a light moment. So next time when we are allocating things, I want to see the sub-county headquarters getting more allocations than other wards, Mr. Speaker, because you cannot say Burra is at the same level with Nanigi, although I have a friend there who represents Nanigi ward, but it is on a light moment, Mr. Speaker. So those realistic approaches will be done next time, Mr. Speaker, where the sub-county headquarters must be allocated more funding because it looks more urbanized than the other wards, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I really support and seek members to approve the Budget Appropriation Committee report, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I first of all want to mention Honorable Fahan in a very special way, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Fahan is one of the honorable members in this House, and today me and other members were able to see her when the degree was conferred by the powers of the Chancellor of the University of Garissa, Honorable Speaker. I am very proud of her, and she graduated with Bachelor's of Business Management, where she specialized in economics, Honorable Speaker. And now we have a new kid in the block who had a degree. Honorable Speaker, coming to the budget, Honorable Speaker, I want to congratulate the Honorable Chair for this committee and also Honorable members who have been very busy, who have not had a weekend, Honorable Speaker. Last weekend, this committee has been very busy looking and scrutinizing this document in order to ensure that it conforms with the standards, Honorable Speaker. By coming to the budget in detail, Honorable Speaker, the budget is now in program-based budget. When we say program-based budget, Honorable Speaker, it is actually defining the vision of Garissa County, and we are able to see what the budget is looking at by looking at the performance measurement and also the indicator, Honorable Speaker. The goodies in the budget, Honorable Speaker, it is now taking care of what all of us have been yearning for. That is, in another way, it's mentioned like a ward-based project, but this is a ward fund in another way if you look at it, Honorable Speaker. By putting ward-based projects, Honorable Speaker, in the next financial year, I see Honorable Qasim going to his ward, Honorable Speaker, actually commissioning ward-based projects, which we have been yearning for, Honorable Speaker. By approving this, Honorable Speaker, I see honorable members busy going to their wards and commissioning very, very vital projects, Honorable Speaker. And that is what we have been looking at, Honorable Speaker. The other thing I have seen, Honorable Speaker, in this budget is it has actually awarded 70 million shillings to Gawasco, which was actually being awarded previously 50 million. But right now, we are very happy as the members who are elected from township, because we are looking at water at urban level, Honorable Speaker. Because by allocating 70 million, we are seeing at elevated tanks being erected in Easton, being erected in Waberi, being erected in township, and being erected in Galbet, Honorable Speaker. That is why, Honorable Speaker, we have to approve this budget. By approving this budget, Honorable Speaker, the warning that we had in the finishing of the fruit processing plant will be realized, Honorable Speaker. By approving this budget, Honorable Speaker, the masonry tank that is behind prison is going to be finished, Honorable Speaker, and that is going to give us more water in this town. By approving this budget, Honorable Speaker, over 30 boreholes are going to be dug in Garissa County, Honorable Speaker, and that is going to be a plus to honorable members. Coming to the Assembly budget, Honorable Speaker, as it was promised, and it has now materialized. Honorable Speaker, right now we have a budget that is meant for the committees, Honorable Speaker. And allocating committees, Honorable Speaker, budget, it means our committees are going to be functional and well coordinated, Honorable Speaker. And that is what we want to see. And going forward, Honorable Speaker, we want that money that was allocated to the committees increased significantly. Right now, we are just going to look at, Honorable Speaker, it's looking at the only sectoral committees. And moving forward, Honorable Speaker, other committees are also vital, Honorable Speaker, so that we have them included and the money increased for these members. Honorable members, it is now the right time for us to smile and approve this budget per se. Thank you so much.
Yes, Honorable Fatuma, and then Honorable Amran, that's all. And then member for Liboy, that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. My heartfelt congratulations starts with the leadership of this House. As a female chairwoman caucus of this assembly, you have given us the most powerful committee to be led by a female member. Congratulations to the leadership of this House, starting with the Speaker. Congratulations also to my male counterparts for giving us to vote in the chair. Mr. Speaker, I support the budget because it is reaching the grassroots. I believe the World Development Fund is meant for the people with low life in the villages. Mr. Speaker, last week as a health committee member, I went to Fafi Ward, and I went to Harbole dispensary. Right now I'm seeing in the amendments attached in the annex, the money has been allocated to that ward which I went myself, and I saw the dispensary which was in a pathetic situation. Mr. Speaker, we've not forgotten the roads department. We need accessibility to move and to have proper security in our roads.
Mr. Wade, you are right to say anything. And therefore, I think member for Liboy will have the last on this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, I want to congratulate the new Committee of Budget and Appropriation for this House, chaired by Honorable Fatuma Khalif Ali, the able chair. Mr. Speaker, my second point is that I'm very happy today in this new budget that 6 ward-based projects in this new budget for 2019-2020. And this will be a milestone for this House, Mr. Speaker, that as my sister Mheshimiwa Amran mentioned, that this project shall be implemented, and 2020 financial year will be a day happy for us, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, after the budget presentation to the committee, we did some amendments in every department: water, health. Members, I want this budget
the Department of Development, Water, Health, and any other department to respect the amendments from the departments and the committee sector, Mr. Speaker. For these few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I'm very happy, and I stand to support this budget considering the priorities of awards. Thank you very much.
Well, member for Leboy, honorable members, you still have a lot of work. The appropriation bill is coming, which will go through various stages. It will be read the first time, the second time, and then the third time. And therefore, I think it's good, honorable members, that we conclude this particular motion, which is that this House considers and adopts the report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriation Committee for the Garissa County Government and Garissa County Assembly budget estimates for the financial year 2019-2020 that's laid on the floor of the House this afternoon. As many of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many of the contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Next order.